Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I piss on them Wheaties in that last video about the Alliance of Law-Abiding Clubs. If you haven't checked that one out, go check it out right now. They were furious, some of their members, I guess, in some of their members clubs, that I actually talked about them. And they came back and accused me, of being biased against them. I'm doing the same thing that the media is doing to other motorcycle clubs like one percenters. And I was like, are you kidding me? You come at me with, I'm not being fair to you? Man, does it stink to have it on the other foot, doesn't it? It must really stink letting people know what you guys are all about. For one, look at the mission statement that you guys have. You immediately come after 1% clubs. You immediately say anybody that is in a 1% club is a criminal. So what do you think's going to happen? You know what I think? You're not used to having any pushback. Nobody pushes back on you because they buy it. See, a lot of people that are in the club world, they know what you guys are all about. But civilians on YouTube don't. That's how you're able to get the propaganda out there, through YouTube channels of specific creators. And to push this line, just like the news media does, that 1% clubs are criminal organizations. Face it, you're just an arm of the DOJ. But what really upset you, now again, this came from members of this alliance. You know, I don't know if they're officers, whatever, because quite frankly, they wouldn't come on the show because guess what? WA offered for them to come on the show. But guess what? They declined. So now you have no voice. Now you get my side of the story on some of the stuff that you were saying. You were upset that I went after you because you were wearing 3-piece patches and that I said you weren't a traditional club. Well, you're not a traditional club. You're cops. Rebel and cops don't mix. It just don't happen. You're motorcycle enthusiast. That's what you are. Plain and simple. And yes, I actually did get somebody from a firefighter club that I mentioned. They weren't too happy about my way of looking at things, about them being a part of that organization. I said, well, that is what it is. I support firefighters, but I can't see why you're in an alliance with a bunch of cops. I'll never get that. I just won't get it. But anyway, going further, and they were upset with some of my other observations. So my message to you is, if you want to be a cop, be a cop. If you want to be considered a biker or whatever the hell your fantasy is, be a biker. Great man J.R. Reed said that to somebody. You can't do both. You're never going to be considered a biker. You're going to be considered a motorcycle enthusiast. No matter how much you want to dress it up, or how can I say, after you get off the clock, dress it up like you're some hardcore badass in a 3-piece patch because you know the public doesn't know anything. No matter how much you try, the real deals are always going to know what you're about. And I get it. It upsets you. But that is the path you chose. But to come back and say, well, you know, you're always biased or hard on Leo, you deserve it. Look what you people put others through, especially when it comes to profiling. Look what you do. And you wonder why everybody's upset with you? You want to show your, the big old ball, bowling balls that you supposedly have every time you pull a biker over. And then you wonder why we get upset with you, why we don't recognize you, why clubs don't recognize your colors. You have these clubs in an alliance that go and say that NCOM taxes people to be inside their organization. And we shouldn't be displeased with you? That's what makes no sense. That don't make no sense, and you know it. There is no middle line here. You're on this side, we're on that side. Maybe you should go to your alliance and tell them, you know what, you really need to stop saying that NCOM, taxes their clubs and stuff like that. They pay dues just like you probably do. But you won't do that because you're holier than thou. That's the attitude you have, is you're holier than thou. You don't want any conversation. You don't want to be able to say, hey, we're wrong. Yeah, we don't support motorcycle club profiling. Why ain't that in your deal? Why ain't that in your mission statement? No, instead you got somebody going around calling it a biker revolution, and you're calling yourselves 99% clubs. And boy, have we addressed the 99% thing. You are in no way traditional, okay? I don't remember seeing, a cop club at Hollister or any of them type of events wearing a patch. I seen them busting people and putting out a fake Time magazine deal, putting out the fake propaganda, which started all the problems in the first place. The AMA and the way they wanted to run everything. You had to be a part of their association to race. And then they got their attitudes towards bikers that didn't want to follow their stuff. But the origin all comes back to you guys. But you'll never accept that. And you'll never accept the fact that people are tired of being profiled. People are tired of being called gangs. When you know that's not true. So when one of your club members, that took an oath of office, which, we can talk about that a lot, can't we? But anyway, they go out and do something, go out and start a fight in a bar, which has happened in the Chicago area. It's been in the news. Are you now considered a gang? Because one of your people went out there and started all kinds of crap? I'd be very interested in hearing that one, because no matter what, somebody goes and messes up in a 1% club, boy, they're a gang. But can you say the same thing about yourselves when one of yours go out and act stupid? You law enforcement act like, you do nothing wrong. But we can pull up all kinds of incidences that dispute that. Hell, you say clubs are drug dealers and murderers and people that batter their spouses. You guys are right there. Don't be throwing that around. And don't try to come back and say, well, that's only a bad apple. That excuse doesn't work anymore. Anyway, that's my message to you haters that are cops, that didn't like the last video. Sad state of affairs. How can you not like Hollywood? How can you not like me? At least I'm telling you the truth. At least I'm not pulling on your schlong like some of these other creators do. Be a cop. Be a motorcycle enthusiast. But don't sit here and think that you're something you're not. That's embarrassing if you ask me. And hell, it ain't being a man. If you're embarrassed of what you are, damn, I feel for you. Anyway, we're going to go to the second part of the show right now. Don't forget to subscribe to Insane Wheels, man. No club stuff over there, just motorcycles talk. We're going to have fun. We'll be right back with China Doll. Rock on. And don't forget to subscribe to Insane Wheels, my newest channel over on YouTube. Everything Harley talk, motorcycle related, motorcycle talk. It's going to be a great time over there. Thanks for watching, and check out the longer version of the videos.